It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
They like nice work. I reply light work. Neck and wrist lit, that's that ice work. Mic check, get my mic
Every
work.
morning I'm faced with heaven and hell, fighting my consciousness. See my vision clear as optometrist. I'm an optimist, a southern king. Hustle to get flooded chains. Grew up on Jewels and Wayne. Now niggas stacking like 100 ways. Walking this earth, I took control of my turf. Had to learn to protect my soul before I knew what it's worth. My homies had to work. I was clocking in at work. My virtuous reality done took us to the metaverse. Water with the lemon squeeze. Passport up in my jeans. Sticking to the code. Watching sucker niggas switching teams. I gotta grind. My fam eating off the strength of my dive. This industry gave me no favors. You could tell from my eyes. The money coming, had to fight for it. Meeting with them white boys. Trying to make a living with this mic card. Buzz going crazy. Got them straight up out the sight wall. My life story deeper than these niggas had to fight wars. It's Nolan.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. In this video, we're going to be getting back into the 50 Cent Jim Jones issue. All right, we've covered this ad nauseum for the last few months because they've been going back and forth. 50 Cent has been trolling Jim Jones and the whole Let's Rap About It podcast. And of course, all of this originates from them taking some, I guess, kind of veiled shots at the Diddy documentary that 50 Cent produced, right? And they weren't really taking shots at him, but they were just saying, you know, how would you feel if somebody were to put out a documentary about you and say all these crazy things about you and talk about all of your, you know, mistakes or different things that you did in your life without first, you know, confronting you about it or anything. It just comes out and outs you, you know what I'm saying? And they talked about how they felt about that whole situation, right? 50 Cent didn't like that shit, so they've all been sworn enemies ever since, including Fabulous, who used to be, you know, pretty fly with 50. I think Jim and 50 was pretty decent too. Hell, I even think Mano and 50 were pretty good. I mean, Mano came out and said that in a recent interview. But all of those relationships have since soured with this being on, you know, the docket pretty much, where they at. So 50 been telling us that Jim Jones was delinquent with his payments for this studio that he's been building. We've been watching the process of Jim Jones build this studio up. He had aspirations of building like a compound where it would be recording studio, boutique, you know, all different types of multi-purpose use in this area. He's been building it up. He's been in the cold. We've seen him in the cold. That nigga tried to say, hey, it's cold in here. We saw his motherfucking breath floating in the air. Like, yeah, nigga, clearly it was. But now it looks like Jim Jones is officially out of the building. Remember, 50 Cent also released a phone call of the landlord saying that Jim Jones was late with the payment, literally offering the studio to 50 Cent. If he felt like he wanted to have it, he was willing to give it to him at a certain price, right? And he even offered some kind of way to say, hey, depending on how much you're willing to pay, I'll even throw in the ownership stake that I have in their podcast. Why Jim Jones decided to give the owner of the building an ownership stake in the podcast, I don't know. Maybe that was a negotiation tactic for not having the upfront money. So that was going to be a way for like him to get paid off up until a certain point. However, it looks like that certain point has been reached because now 50 Cent has outed the eviction of Jim Jones. Okay. We have camera footage of Jim Jones trying to kick the door in to get into the studio. And we also have paperwork stating, once again, that Jim Jones was delinquent with his payments and that his time for rectifying the situation has expired. Okay? And I said this before, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the biggest fan of 50 Cent at this point. Grew up bumping his music. But he been acting a little Trumpish, you know, for a minute, honestly. But I said, I don't feel like 50's lying. You know, when he goes to war with people, he'll joke on you. But if he tries to out you about something, a lot of the times, he don't be capping. You know what I mean? So now, February 2026, after teasing for months about these delinquent payments, we now have an official document confirming what he's been saying all along. All right, let's get into it.
What was you talking about?
He cut the lights off. You're not supposed to. You heard Jim?
Huh?
He cut the lights off.
Turn back on.
And as you can see, 50 Cent says, damn, bro, this wouldn't happen if we was friends. Want to be friends? I don't know. Let's rap about it. Oh, let's rap about it. It's crazy. Damn, he hit you with the hook, line, and sinker. He kicking hard as a motherfucker, too. That nigga kicking for dear life trying to get in that mug.
What's up? What happened? Yeah, I'm good. No, it's mine.
It was.
All right. You got a problem talking about it.
This nigga say you got a problem, call somebody. Man, sir, it sounds like she got a problem. She trying to talk to you. But I guess he's saying if it's an issue, call the police. Fuck it. You know, it's my spot right there. It was your spot. Damn it, man. Okay, I guess that's the other entrance. Damn.
What was you talking about?
All right, are they playing it again? I don't need to see it again now.
You're not supposed to. You heard Jim?
Huh?
He cut the lights off.
Yep, that's the same one. I'm going to get into the eviction notice because that shit's small as fuck. I got a bigger version of this. So here's the notice, all right? It says IFC Management LLC, Joseph Jones. Of course, I've covered the address because I just don't want to contribute to any weirdness going on at that location. And it states here, lease agreement dated December 17th, 2025. Lease between Sandy Sun LLC, Han Dynasty Bronx LLC, Three Sands Holding LLC, and Singdara LLC, landlord or leaser, and IFC Management LLC, and Joseph Jones. Shit, I need another motherfucking, had to cover that motherfucker up again, goddamn, I ain't know. Shit. So take notice as follows. That tenant was served with a 15-day notice of default dated January 5th, 2026, which expired on January 22nd, 2026, and a 5-day notice of termination dated February 10th, 2026, which expired on February 17th, 2026. Okay? It says that tenancy at the premises has been terminated. That pursuant to landlord's rights under the lease, including paragraph 17 of the lease, and as set forth in the termination notice, landlord has elected to re-enter and take possession of the premises and has peaceably recovered possession of the premises. Now, as for the equipment on the inside of the studio, I would think that Jim is entitled to have that stuff, you know what I mean, to get it back. Typically, they would put your shit out on the street if this was a normal eviction. but hopefully he's able to get his stuff. You know what I mean? All right. Furthermore, it says that tenant may make arrangements with landlord to coordinate the retrieval of tenant's property from the premises. All right. So they can make arrangements to get his equipment and everything out and all of the different things that they've set up in there. 5, that should tenant attempt to re-enter the premises, change the locks, or seek to retrieve its property or cause any third party to do so without the landlord's express permission, landlord reserves the right to prosecute the same as a trespass and pursue all other available remedies. All right. So now we have video of Jim Jones trying to re-enter the premises, which, as you can see, clause number 5 says that that is not okay. So the landlord may possibly hold that over Jim Jones' head, like, yo, read the fifth block there. You weren't supposed to try to get in. You weren't supposed to try to change the locks. You weren't supposed to try to retrieve your property without my permission. I was supposed to let you in where you can get what you needed out and you could go about your life. So it looks like this is going to be a unfavorable situation for Jim Jones and his podcast comrades. Now, I don't know if they're filming in this particular place or if this was a separate thing. I don't know. With this coming out, there's a lot of people out there that are spreading the video of Jim Jones sitting around at this live podcast where his money was falling out his pocket, and Jadakiss was like, "You dropping bread, baby. You dropping bread." It is like, shit, well, you should have dropped the bread on this motherfucking studio. You had all these big dreams and aspirations and was trying to make this, you know, like a community center and a place where youth that want to get involved with entertainment could come learn and you know, get the tricks of the trade. But you ain't even dropping the motherfucking money for the trade to show them niggas the tricks. Now, this could happen to anybody. The economy's fucked up. Times are hard. People going through financial turmoil. No, not really a surprise here. But when you beefing with a 50 Cent or going back and forth with a 50 Cent and niggas talking about money and stuff like this comes up, you gotta know that nigga's gonna use it to his advantage. I don't know how the hell he found your goddamn landlord and got all chummy with him, but it looks like the next move 50 might do is goddamn buy that fucking spot. He already done showed video of y'all niggas sitting in the dark. Like, this nigga been on y'all head for months. He damn sure ain't shit. 50, if you get that place, you need to take your ass in that studio and record your response. I ain't letting you off the hook. Them niggas dissed your ass on that record. You could put all these Instagram posts up you want, nigga. What about that response? Fab still needs an answer, nigga. I'm be talking about, oh, they not qualified to be talking to me about that. Nah. If that nigga let you in that motherfucking building, take your ass right in that recording booth and get some shit off your chest. Otherwise, wrap this shit up. Now here we have Jim Jones trolling the situation. I guess he found his way in. So he's doing The Last Dragon, talking about no more locked doors. And as you can see, he's mimicking goddamn Sho'Nuff. Okay? So I don't know if he got in by hook, by crook, or by foot. But he is acting a damn fool. And he said he needs something to watch on that big ass screen, excuse me. That's what he said in his description of this post. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. Whether he is clearly he was locked out. That's what we do know. Clearly was locked out. Or maybe this is a farce. Maybe he's doing this stuff on purpose so that it gets back to 50 and then he goes in or whatever. I don't know what the hell's going on. The paperwork, maybe the paperwork is fake. I don't know what again. All right. But that's where we stand. I really would like to wrap this shit up though. That's all I got for y'all on this one. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had to evolve and grow, cause I could've